Publicly, I smacked my head into the Cartier glass case at a large French department store. My name is Hannah Michelotti. I'm a public speaking and presentation specialist in Portland, Oregon, and I work with corporate and creative professionals like you to speak with clarity, confidence, and charisma. If you're new here, be sure to hit subscribe, and if you're coming back, hi, welcome back. I started off today's video with what is called an attention grabber. It is self-evident. It does exactly that. It is a sentence or a couple of sentences that immediately grab your attention. I forcibly smacked my noggin into a solid wall of glass. I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed of my actions. Could happen to anyone. As Moira Rose would say, I lost my depth perception, David. In today's video, I am not only going to explain to you what an attention grabber is and why you need it, but I am also going to walk you through one type of attention grabber that you can use in your next presentation, whether that's tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and beyond.
I am ultimately going to persuade you
that you want to use attention grabbers going forward. I do not mean that hyperbolically. I truly do mean this video will convince you to use attention grabbers throughout the rest of your working career. So what's an attention grabber? Attention grabbers grab your audience's attention. That is their job. That is what they do. That is their raison d'etre in life. It's their sole purpose. Attention grabbers are like an eponymous music album. The Beatles, The Clash, The Laws. Attention grabbers do exactly what they state that they do. They grab your audience's attention. The flame is your attention grabber. The audience is the moth. Your audience's attention is as precious as the ring in Lord of the Rings is to Gollum. If you do not have your audience's attention, there's not really a reason for you to give a presentation, because without an audience focused and listening to you, you are not actually sharing a message that is going to be heard or focused on or spread in any way. So what is the point to giving the presentation? You have to grab your audience's attention. You have to earn it. They are not simply going to hand it over like the last handful of candy corn Halloween candy that is utterly coveted. Their attention is at a premium, and you have got to grab it. You have got to earn it. Much like a trick-or-treater traipsing around in the deluge. And if you are out on Halloween night in a lobster costume, fighting the good fight, doing the Lord's work, going door to door, saying trick or treat and collecting your candy, you are doing the work. You are earning it. You are grabbing it. That is what you need to do with your audience. You have to grab their attention. They are not automatically going to give it to you based on your name, based on your title, based on what you do for work. They are not automatically going to give it to you. You've got to grab it. And the best way to grab your audience's attention is to use an attention grabber. Your attention grabber needs to be the very first sentence or sentences out of your mouth. That's right, the first sentences out of your mouth. So that every single neck does this. Could you imagine if every single, I've done it so well that I've attracted Maggie to the rescue. But imagine if a dog could come running to your presentation, if every single neck swiveled so the heads were facing you, every single set of eyeballs, contact lenses, and glasses were focused solely on you when you started presenting. Imagine that feeling. You can have that if you start with an attention grabber. Unfortunately, 95% of corporate presentations start like this. Hello, my name is, insert your name, this is my job title, or this is what I do, thank you for having me today, and I'm so excited to be here. If 95% of presentations start this way, you will not stand out and grab anyone's attention if you also start that way. So you need to be different. Attention grabbers are different. You are the claw, and your audience is the aliens wishing and praying that you will select them. The claw. Now, I know you will be tempted to say instead, as your opening line, hello, my name is Hannah Michelotti, and I am a public speaking and presentation specialist. I am so excited to be here today sharing the message that I am about to share with all of you today. You are more inclined to say those four things than to use an attention grabber. Your audience tunes out when they hear those four phrases. Those four phrases do not grab anyone's attention. They are in no way exciting. Even if you say, hello, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you are Arnold Schwarzenegger, that is not an exciting opening line. You might even want to exit out of this video now that you have heard these opening lines that most people use, or perhaps you yourself have even used. But please don't. I've got an attention grabber to teach you. Starting by grabbing your audience's attention at the very beginning of your presentation is going to bring you far more success and audience taking action on what you have shared than about 28 minutes into your presentation realizing that 2/3 of the audience are all on their laptops looking at emails and simultaneously listening to you, or flat out scrolling on their phones looking at TikTok or playing Candy Crush. It is infinitely harder to grab their attention after you've lost it than it is to grab their attention immediately beginning at the start of your presentation. It's the difference in signing up to run a marathon and for 6 months you prepare to run the marathon versus signing up for a marathon and doing 0 prep work before the marathon. The former will get you across the finish line to the pancake breakfast feed and also give you the medal that you paid $134 for. The latter is likely to give you a sprained ankle, heat stroke, and a sunburn. Start your presentations with an attention grabber. Please, please, please. Now let's talk about that attention grabber that you can use in your next presentation. Telling a personal story or part of a personal story. I started today's video with a snippet of a personal story about how I whacked my entire head into the very thick glass of one of the world's most premier jewelry cases. Cartier. Stories are actually the key to persuading audiences. Audiences buy and take action based on emotion, and stories are chock-a-block full of emotion. If you start your presentation with a story, and I mean start with the good part, start about how you whacked your head into the Cartier case, start there to grab your audience's attention. I promise it will work. Stories are not the only way to start a presentation. They're not the only way to hook eyeballs and maintain that focus from an audience member. In fact, there are 5 major types of attention grabbers that exist. I've just given you one of them, which is to tell a personal story or part of a personal story at the beginning of your presentation. The first words out of your mouth. If you'd like to get access to the other 4 and a little bit more on telling stories, all of that is available in my free guide. I will have the link to that in the description box below. After I hit my head on the glass case at Cartier, I was so embarrassed that I immediately looked at my partner and we scuttled away around the corner where we were bombarded by Chanel, and I was like, maybe we should just leave altogether. A great way to end your presentation is to close the loop on your attention grabber, which in this case, in this video, was a story. That is all I have for you today. The why behind attention grabbers and why you absolutely need them, and hopefully you will go forward and use them in your next presentations. It does take a little bit of retraining to teach yourself that the first 4 sentences out of your mouth are not, hello, my name is, this is my title, this is what I do, thank you for having me, and I'm so excited to be here, but are instead an attention grabber. And second, you learned about an attention grabber you can use, which is a personal story. Let's keep in touch. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you next time.